Today, we gather to discuss a subject that is often whispered about in corridors of anxiety or shouted about in the halls of greed, yet it is rarely understood for what it truly is, the ultimate tool of human freedom. I am talking about financial literacy. For too long, we have been taught to believe that money is a taboo subject, a necessary evil, or a lucky accident. We are told to work hard, to keep our heads down, and to hope that at the end of the road, there will be enough left over to sustain us. But I am here to tell you that hope is not a financial strategy, and ignorance is not a virtue. To be financially literate is to stop being a servant to your bank account and to start being the master of your destiny. It is the bridge between the life you currently live and the life you have always imagined. The journey toward financial empowerment begins with a fundamental shift in mindset. Most people spend their lives trading their most precious, non-renewable resource, time for money. They sell their hours, their energy, and their passion for a paycheck, only to watch that paycheck vanish into a cycle of consumption and debt. This is the treadmill of the modern era. But the financially literate individual understands a secret that the rest of the world ignores. Money is not just a medium of exchange, it is a seed. Every dollar that passes through your hands has the potential to grow, to multiply, and eventually to work for you so that you no longer have to work for it. When you view money as a tool rather than a goal, your entire perspective changes. You stop asking, "What can I buy?" and you start asking, "What can this create?" We live in a world that is designed to keep you broke. We are bombarded with advertisements that tell us our worth is measured by the car we drive, the clothes we wear, and the gadgets we carry. We are encouraged to borrow against our future selves to satisfy the whims of our present selves. But true wealth is not what people see, it is what they don't see. It is the investments growing in silence, the emergency fund that provides peace of mind when the world turns upside down, and the freedom to say no to a job you hate or a situation that diminishes your spirit. Financial literacy is the armor you wear against a consumerist culture that wants to strip you of your power. It is the ability to distinguish between an asset that puts money in your pocket and a liability that takes it out. The path to financial mastery is not reserved for the genius or the inheritance born. It is a discipline available to anyone willing to learn the language of numbers. You do not need a degree in finance to understand the magic of compound interest, which Albert Einstein reportedly called the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. Imagine a small seed planted in the earth. At first, nothing seems to happen. You water it, you protect it, and you wait. For a long time, there is no visible progress. But beneath the surface, roots are taking hold. Then a sprout appears. Over years and decades, that sprout becomes a massive oak tree, providing shade and fruit for generations. That is the power of investing early and consistently. It is not about timing the market, it is about time in the market. It is about the patience to let your small, disciplined actions snowball into a force of nature. Many people are paralyzed by the fear of money. They avoid looking at their bank statements, they hide from their debts, and they treat their finances like a dark room they are too afraid to enter. But fear thrives in the dark. When you turn on the light of literacy, the monsters disappear. You realize that debt is not a life sentence, but a math problem that can be solved. You realize that wealth is not a mystery, but a series of habits. The first step is always the hardest because it requires you to take radical responsibility for your current situation. You must stop blaming the economy, the government, or your upbringing. While you may not be responsible for where you started, you are 100% responsible for where you end up. Every financial choice you make is a vote for the person you want to become. If you want to be free, you must first become a student. Read the books that the wealthy read. Study the patterns of those who have built something from nothing. Understand that your income is not your wealth, your savings rate and your investment strategy are. You could earn $1 million a year and still be poor if you spend $1,000,001. Conversely, you can earn a modest wage and build a fortune through the steady, relentless application of financial principles. This is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from, the laws of mathematics apply to everyone equally. When you learn how to budget, how to save, and how to invest, you are essentially learning how to buy back your own life. You are securing the right to spend your time exactly how you choose, with the people you love, doing the things that matter most to you. As we move deeper into this understanding, we must address the concept of risk. So many people avoid investing because they are afraid of losing what they have. They keep their money in a savings account where it feels safe, not realizing that inflation is a silent thief eroding the purchasing power of their hard-earned cash every single day. In reality, the greatest risk you can take is taking no risk at all. The risk of reaching the age of 65 and having nothing to show for 40 years of labor is far greater than the risk of a temporary market downturn. Financial literacy teaches you how to manage risk, how to diversify your interests, and how to stay the course when the headlines are screaming of doom and gloom. It gives you the emotional fortitude to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful only when others are greedy. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind. We often think of an inheritance as just money, but the greatest inheritance you can give is the gift of financial knowledge. When you break the cycle of poverty or paycheck-to-paycheck living in your own life, you change the trajectory of your family tree forever. You become the ancestor who decided that the struggle ends with you. You provide a foundation upon which your children and their children can build, not just by giving them capital, but by teaching them the principles of stewardship. This is how communities are transformed. When individuals are financially secure, they are more generous, more creative, and more capable of solving the problems facing the world. A person who is not worried about their next meal or their next rent payment has the mental bandwidth to dream, to innovate, and to lead. The discipline of financial literacy is ultimately a form of self-love. It is saying to yourself, I value my future enough to sacrifice a little bit of comfort today. It is the refusal to be a victim of circumstance. It is the realization that your bank account is a reflection of your habits, and your habits are a reflection of your identity. If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. This starts with the simple, unglamorous work of tracking your spending, cutting out the waste, and automating your future. It's not about depriving yourself of joy, it's about prioritizing the joys that actually matter. Is a daily $5 coffee worth more to you than the security of owning your own home? Is a new car every 3 years worth more than the ability to retire 10 years early? These are the questions that a financially literate person asks. Let us also speak of the psychological freedom that comes with this journey. There is a specific kind of weight that lifts off your shoulders when you know exactly where your money is going. There is a profound sense of dignity that comes from being out of debt. When you no longer owe anyone anything, you walk differently, you speak more boldly, you take more calculated risks in your career because you aren't terrified of a single missed paycheck. Financial literacy is the ultimate confidence builder. It allows you to navigate the world with a sense of agency. You are no longer a leaf blowing in the wind of the global economy. You are the captain of your ship with a compass and a map heading toward a destination of your own choosing. The road will not always be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be unexpected car repairs, medical bills, or market crashes. But the financially literate person is prepared for the storm. They have built an emergency fund that acts as a buffer between them and the chaos of life. They don't panic when the market drops. They see it as a sale, an opportunity to buy more of the world's great companies at a discount. They understand that wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. They are not looking for get-rich-quick schemes or sure things whispered by strangers on the internet. They know that the only way to build lasting wealth is through the boring, consistent, and disciplined application of proven principles over a long period of time. I want you to imagine a life where money is no longer a source of stress. Imagine waking up in the morning and knowing that even if you didn't go to work today, your bills would be paid, your family would be safe, and your future would be secure. What would you do with that kind of freedom? What passions would you pursue? What causes would you support? That life is not a fantasy, it is a mathematical certainty for those who commit to the path of financial literacy. It requires effort, it requires education, and it requires the courage to go against the grain of a society that wants you to spend everything you have. But the reward is nothing less than your life back. As we reach the final stretch of this journey, it is important to realize that the best time to start was 10 years ago, but the second best time is right now. Do not waste a single moment regretting the financial mistakes of your past. We have all made them. We have all bought things we didn't need to impress people we didn't like. We have all let opportunities slip through our fingers. But your past does not define your financial future. What matters is what you do with the next dollar that comes into your life. What matters is the commitment you make today to never again be a passive observer of your own financial story. You have the power to educate yourself, to seek out mentors, to listen to podcasts, to read articles, and to begin the process of rebuilding. Financial literacy is also about understanding the value of your own labor. You are your greatest asset. Your ability to earn, to learn new skills, and to provide value to the marketplace is the engine that drives your financial success. Therefore, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. Invest in your health, because you cannot build wealth if you are too sick to enjoy it. Invest in your education, because the more you know, the more you can earn. Invest in your network, because your net worth is often a reflection of the people you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who inspire you, and who handle their finances with integrity. Success leaves clues, and if you follow the path of those who have achieved financial independence, you will eventually find yourself at the same destination. Furthermore, remember that money is a great amplifier. If you are a person of character, money will allow you to do more good in the world. It will allow you to be a blessing to your community, to support the arts, to fund research, and to help those who cannot help themselves. Financial literacy is not about hoarding gold in a vault. It is about creating a flow of resources that can improve the world. When you are financially literate, you move from a state of survival to a state of significance. You move from how can I get to how can I give, and that ultimately is the highest purpose of wealth. It is the ability to make a positive impact on the lives of others without compromising your own security. Let us commit to being the generation that changes the conversation about money. Let us teach our children the value of a dollar, the importance of saving, and the power of giving. Let us make financial literacy a priority in our homes and our schools. Let us strip away the shame and the secrecy and replace them with clarity and purpose. We owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our families, and we owe it to the future to become masters of our financial lives. The world is full of opportunities for those who have the eyes to see them and the means to seize them. Don't let your dreams be held hostage by a lack of understanding. Break the chains of financial ignorance and step into the light of knowledge. The journey to financial freedom is a journey of self-discovery. It will test your patience, it will challenge your discipline, and it will require you to grow in ways you never expected. But I promise you, the view from the top is worth every step of the climb. There is no feeling in the world like the feeling of being truly free. Free from debt, free from financial worry, and free to live your life on your own terms. This is the promise of financial literacy. It is not just about the numbers on a screen. It is about the peace in your heart and the possibilities in your future. It is about becoming the person you were meant to be, unburdened by the weight of financial stress. So, as you leave here today, I challenge you to take one small step, one action that moves you closer to your goals, whether it's opening a high-yield savings account, reading one chapter of a personal finance book, or finally creating a budget. Do it today. Do not wait for the perfect time, because it will never come. The only time you have is now. Take control of your money, or it will forever control you. Choose the path of literacy. Choose the path of discipline. Choose the path of freedom. Your future self is waiting for you at the end of this journey, and they are thanking you for the courage you showed today. Stand up, take charge, and build the life you deserve. The power is in your hands.